excited to see and have Sophia from Sacred You Love on my podcast. And I'm excited because I'm just, we're having a little technical thing and I'm just launching my podcast. So you bear with me with all these little tiny glitches that sometimes happen. But I'm really excited to have Sophia here. Sophia's life is a testament to resilience, transformation, and empowerment. And when I read your bio, Sophia, like I was so impressed, and there's so many similarities. For example, in your bio, you say born with a rare genetic condition. She underwent over 30 surgeries, faced chronic pain, bullying, and emotional trauma. Yet through self-determination, mindfulness, and holistic practices, Sophia has transformed her life and now empowers others to do the same. Thank you, Sophia, and welcome to the REVA Experience.
Thank you, Rosemary. I'm really excited to be here, truly, truly, truly. And not just excited, if I can say honoured, truly honoured to be here on your podcast and to find out all about the REVA Experience.
Yes, it's been a journey. So like your journey, and we're all on a journey, aren't we? And sometimes these journeys that when we're talking with other people, there's so many similarities. And yet when the differences always come back to helping others, the transformation we've had in our own lives. So Sophia, what inspired you to start your journey, your business?
The business as in Sacred You, that is all through the universe.
Yeah.
Truly. It was not my idea at all. Before Sacred You started, I was very happily traveling around as a nomad. I was home free, but I'm a sound practitioner. So I've been able to travel up and down the east coast of Australia and overseas doing sound. And I was quite happy doing that until the universe brought me down to where I currently am and told me that I was going to stay put, no more nomading. And Sacred You was slowly born. My business partner, at that stage, we were just talking, and we both had a inner feeling and inner guidance to create communities for women all over the world. And it's just happening. It's just like when you surrender to the universe, you go with whatever is put in front of you.
Yes.
And,
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, and if you're not paying attention to the universe, getting that message to you, it really comes back hard on you to say, listen, pay attention, doesn't it? Did that happen to you?
Oh, yes. And I tried to say no many times to doing various things. And it was like, no, not going to do that. And it was like, you have to. And I did. I mean, you have to. You really got no choice. You can battle it out as long as possible, but you're still going to end up doing it. So you might as well just accept and surrender and go, okay, I'll do that, even though I've got no idea how to do it. Even though I don't really want to go there, whatever it may be, because where we are, I didn't really want to come down here because it's not freezing cold, not like everyone in the Northern Hemisphere has, but it's cold for me. I was born in the tropics. I'm a warm person, not a cold person, and it was like you're going down here, and it was like, no, it's too cold. And when I got here, it was like, you have to stay here. It's like, definitely not. Don't like the place, don't like the energy, no. But here I am, almost 7 years later. Still here. Longest I've ever been in one place in my adult life. Usually I last about 18 months.
18 months, wow. So you definitely were a world traveler. How many different places in the world did you go? Because that sounds exciting what you were doing.
Oh, I haven't been everywhere, Rosemary. No, I was very fortunate to be traveling with another sound healer overseas, and I think it was for about 8 months, and we went throughout Asia and the UK, And I went in, and I also went to America for a while, for a few weeks. But no, I haven't traveled that much. There is so much more that I'd like to see.
It is a big world. So there is definitely lots to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And I love, the sound, like you're doing sound healing, correct?
Yes.
Love
Sound.
that.
Yeah, sound is my medicine, if I can share. Sound totally changed my life physically, emotionally, spiritually. It truly is, because before sound, I was on heavy duty narcotics for pain relief, because I grew up in chronic pain. And I just take more drugs and more drugs and more drugs, because, eventually when you take stuff, your body gets used to it, and then you're going to take stronger things. And it became a never-ending vicious cycle. And I was also the drugs that they give you, because they're so toxic, it actually causes pain too. So you take pain to relieve the pain that it actually causes, plus other things. So heavy duty pain, and I had so much trouble walking. And then one day I went to see a sound healer. Well, I went to get some breath work. I wanted to do some breath work. And I didn't know that this person was also a sound healer. So I did some breath work. And while I was doing my breath work, they got out their instruments, their bowl and their drum and their voice. They've got an incredible voice, and started doing sound. And for the first time in my life, my body woke up.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it was like, this is what I need. This is what will help, help and cure. And it was amazing, because up until then, I went through the huge period of my life taking drugs and having many surgeries, many surgeries. And I remember also I was in an orthopedic surgeon, because I'd completely wrecked both my knees. I fell downstairs. I was only in my 30s. I fell downstairs twice, two different knees, and wrecked both knees on two different occasions.
Oh.
And I went to see an orthopedic surgeon, and they said, well, there's nothing you can do except have a knee replacement, two knee replacements, but not straight away. And you're too young, which means you're going to have it done again in 5 to 10 years' time. But that's all we can do, is give you a knee replacement, because I completely wrecked. I tore everything. I tore all my ligaments. I tore the lot, wrecked my knees. And my body went into trauma. I could feel it sitting there, and I could feel it just going, no, yelling at me, no more surgery, no more drugs. There has to be another way. There has to be. So I made the decision just to stop right there, just to stop.
Cold turkey?
Stop. Cold turkey. I went to India. And I spent 4 months in India, and I went to a naturopath retreat center, where they basically bathed me, baked me, did everything, wrapped me up in herbs. I had all sorts of treatments done. I started doing yoga there, and saunas, everything possible. I lost a little bit of weight. I wasn't overweight, but I lost a little bit of weight naturally. When you do all this stuff, you lose weight naturally. But I was able to come home and walk 12 kilometers, 7 kilometers, not 12, 7 kilometers. And before that, I could hardly walk. But I still used to get in pain. I just never took drugs for it. And I did other things. I massage, lots of massage, Reiki, energy healing, acupuncture. And all of this helped. All of this truly, truly helped with the pain. But it never went to the source of it. Right? It helped relieve the pain, but it never cured the source. And that was until I found sound healing. And when I experienced sound healing, the sound went into my bones. and it went into, I've had experiences where I felt my hip being glued back together and
Wow.
my knee being sewn back together. I've had hands laying over me, drawing out the pain. And this is just in sound healing, right? Just this is all the experiences that I've had. And I was able to get to a stage where I could gently jog. My body actually wanted to start jogging, right?
Wow.
Which it's never done in years. And yes, the sound totally changed my life. So then I was put into a position again through the universe where I was able to get my own equipment and travel with the sound healer and do sound healing. And now I've got my own bowls and all my stuff set up. And I'm, really honored that I can do sound healing online at the moment. I was doing it in person, but right now I'm doing it online every week.
And that's the beauty of the technology now. You can reach so many other people that you normally wouldn't be able to show them and teach them about sound healing. I had an experience with sound healing myself, not as dramatic and wow, expansive as yours. I had trouble getting down, like sitting on a floor and crossing my legs, get the lower back and that. And so I had to lay on the floor. After the sound healing, she had the rain stick and guitar and the drums and the chanting. And I think it was maybe 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. I could sit up and almost cross my legs, but a lot better than I did before. And to get up off the floor was so much easier. And that was only one session. So I can relate to that powerful healing of sound and even music. Music is healing, right? And I've always loved having the sound music.
I mean, if you think about sound has been around since day dot.
Yeah.
Our traditional indigenous cultures, wherever they are in the world, they don't go down the road and get a pill.
Right.
They use their sound. They use their traditional medicines as well, but they use their voice. They use their instruments to heal. You can heal so many stuff. You can heal broken bones with sound, and truly, you really, really can. You can heal cancers. There is so much out there that when we just trust and connect with the energy, because we're all vibrating energy, and sound is just energy. Sound, as you've experienced, releases all our blockages that our emotions create.
That's right. And even just walking in nature, the sounds of the wind or the water rustling or the sound of the birds, the animals, or even sometimes just the stillness is healing. So that's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
Okay, yeah, that's. But and I said I feel it's part of my mission as well as Sacred You. It's to spread the secrets of sound, and if only one person can hears it, who may be on the allopathic traditional, not traditional, but our worldly way of medicine, just decides to go down the path of trying sound healing or alternative methods, then it's fine, because it really is, it's a universal language.
Right.
And it's there for us. It doesn't cost anything. We can use our voice. If we can get to a sound practitioner, wonderful. We can tune in. We have technology. I mean, I do not every day, every week, I do breath work. But while I'm doing my breath work, I'm listening to sound healing through technology, and and allowing the energy of that to flow through my body.
That's important. It's part of my ritual in the morning too. Because of technology, I will go on different stations where they have different vibrational sounds or chanting or, just some beautiful Zen nature or Zen nature music, sounds happening. Yeah. So,
Yes.
one of the questions I had was, so who do you feel called to serve and how do you help them? And you mentioned that women who are in different stages of a spiritual journey. Can you elaborate on that?
So we're Sacred You, and me, because for me, Sacred You is me. It's my passion, it's my life. And the biggest thing that I've experienced in my life, and I know for a lot of women, a lot of people, not just women, men and women, is we have a need for connection.
Yes.
Right? We all have it. It's a human need. So we provide a platform for women to connect. And that's women on all stages of their spiritual journey. You have some people like yourself and myself that are pretty, that we may have all, I've considered myself to be spiritual for quite a long time. But I still need knowledge.
Yes.
I still need to grow. I still need the experiences and all the opportunities that life brings me. And we're not meant to be alone. So for the women who are on a spiritual journey and going through their life and all the challenges that life brings, Sacred You is a community that has your back because we're doing it. We're doing the work. But then you've also got a lot of people who may be just starting. You get a lot of people, I've experienced a lot of people who are in what we would say the corporate world. They work in the 9-to-5 job. They may have their own business. They may be working for other people, but they're doing that normal, ordinary life that we perceive, right? But they know that there's something more. They know that they're not meant to get up every day and do the same thing, that they're not feeling fulfilled.
Yeah.
That they want something more in their life. And they might be searching. They may not know what they want. They may be searching for who they are. A lot of people don't even know who we are.
No.
We've lost our identity because we get caught up in the world so much. We've forgotten who we are. We think we're these bodies. We think that we're the role that we play. And then when that role is taken away from us through whatever means, then we have nothing left. So definitely Sacred You is there for the women who are searching, who are seeking themselves, wanting to know who they are, wanting to get to know, and to get to know their purpose, their passion. They may be wanting to connect with other like-minded women. They may be just starting out on their spiritual journey. They've realized that, yes, I know who I am and I'm wanting to go down this path, whatever that path may be, whether it is as a teacher, as a guide, whether it is as a healer, whatever that path may be, but they're looking for other like-minded women that they can connect with, have that real connection, have those deep and meaningful conversations that are slowly, if again from my experience, a little bit lacking in our world because we've been so caught up in devices that, technology is wonderful. It's brought us together. But if we're not careful, it takes us away.
Exactly.
Where Sacred You, we use technology because we are a global community. So we bring people together online using technology. But it also brings us together to have those deep and meaningful conversations and those real connections that a lot of people in the world today are searching for, seeking, needing, because we've lost the connection to ourselves.
And I'm finding too that it seems like there's a great awakening. People are becoming more aware of that end of their life. So we're not a body with a soul. We're a soul with a body.
Yes.
And we need to acknowledge both of those things and
yes.
finding the person. So what you're saying is very similar to what I have experienced and teach. But it doesn't matter. There's so many of us that have similar journeys. but it's how we represent or how we connect with other women. So they could be talking to me, but have a better connection with you, or they learn something from me and they learn something from you and then connect with somebody else. So it's important to research and listen and learn to what is being said out there, and what resonates, then you can absorb and move forward on that. But I love your journey.
Thank you.
So, and I was going to ask about your personal story and your turning point, but I think we already talked about that. But you did say you didn't. No, your question to my question was, do I want to be a victim of life, or do I want to take responsibility for who I am? And that resonated so much with me, because that's what I was doing.
Yes.
And I think a lot of women do, because we tend to maybe not so much play the victim part, but it does get in there. And we, instead of taking care of ourselves, we're taking care of everybody else, and then compartmentalizing it inside of us. And then all of a sudden, oh, what about me? What happened to me? So we can lean into that victim part of it. But it was interesting, the question that you asked about with my question, do I want to play the victim?
Yeah. I mean, again, a lot of people, both men and women, but especially women in, the roles that we play, we become victims. We may not even, it's not a conscious thing.
No.
But, and depending on our childhood, depending on how we grow up, and are we empowered, or are we, become, submissive is the word, do we, I'm trying to think of the word, do we lose our power? Do we give our power away?
Yes.
Without even knowing about it, right? It's not a conscious thing. And that, I experienced that a lot, especially in my growing up, in my childhood, especially with the condition that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to high school, which is second, I think I don't know what it's over there, but for here, it's the high school, it's the next level. Anyway, I was bullied, extremely bullied, because no one knew me. Growing up in the lower schools, everyone knew me, and it was okay, But when you go into a brand new school that's quite big,
yes,
and no one knows you, children, when they don't know how to treat someone, when something is different, we're not taught about acceptance of everything and everyone. We're taught about putting people in boxes, right? And if you don't fit in that box, then I don't know how to deal with you, because I don't know. I don't have the skills. I don't know who this is or what this is, whatever that may be. And so children and teenagers react to that, and that's where bullying comes from, right? Because it's like, what is this? Truly. And I was extremely bullied throughout my high school. But around about 15, after a couple of years of this, I think it was about 15, I really started coming to the realization that I have a choice. I can let life control me. I can let these bullies control my life. I can let them affect me and say, poor me. I got called this. I got treated as an alien. This happened to me today. Poor me. It's not my fault. It's all them. It's the world. Why is this happening to me? Right? I went through quite a bit before that, like, why me? Especially because I have a sister, an older sister. I have a genetic condition in my mind. It's genetic. She's definitely my sister. We tested that out, right? Even though we look very, very different. But in my mind, if it's genetic, why me and why not her? Okay. She's very tall. She was very strong. She was very beautiful. She actually won the women's powerlifting championship. She has absolutely no physical problems. And I could not understand Why me? Why not her? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? And then all the bullying came in on it. And it's like, why me? And so around about 15, it was like, okay, well, I can continue being a victim and let them control my life. Let them dictate what my life is, which wasn't a very good life. I did try and get out of the life a couple of times. Or I can take control of my life because it is my life. It's no one else's life. It's not my mother's life. It's not my sister's life. It's my life. So how I live my life is up to me. Not up to anyone else, not up to the bullies. They can do their bullying, but how it affects me
and how you respond to it
and how I respond is up to me.
Exactly.
And that started, I was at about 15 and continued with everything. It's like, okay, I have a choice. I can wake up in the morning feeling poor me, like it's another day and I don't want to be here. Or I can wake up in the morning and go, I'm so grateful that it is another day. I'm so grateful that I get to live another day. I get to live and experience this and do that and serve whoever or whatever it is that I want to do in the best possible frame, the best possible energy, the best possible vibration that I can. And that's the big thing too, that I've just remembered, and thank you because we've been talking about it a little bit, is my vibration. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. It's my vibration. Now, people can call me all sorts of things, whatever it might be, whatever the situation might be. Again, I can let that affect my vibration, or I can go beyond it and raise my vibration.
Yeah, exactly. And I think once we come to that realization how much control we really do have, it'll change our life. I experienced that too, but it took me 70 plus years to figure that one out. And you got it at 15, so that's amazing.
Yeah, but it's been a lifelong journey.
Yeah.
I still have, I still go ups and downs, and I still wake up in the morning and forget. I still let life get on top of me. Really, really do. And, we've got to go through all our lessons. We really do. And some of them have been, as you've experienced too, life brings us bloody challenging lessons.
Yes.
Until we really learn, until we can really embody those lessons, what we're meant to learn. Everything. I remember once, especially during COVID, was when we were first starting Sacred You, just starting to build it. And, I got caught up in the computer. I started spending, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day on the computer.
Oh,
building Sacred You, because a lot had to be done. And that energy, without realizing it, was affecting me. And I started to see all the things that weren't happening instead of the things that were happening. And the more you see the things that weren't happening, the more the things don't happen.
But don't happen, right?
Because that's what you're focusing on. And it took me a little while to learn that lesson. So, we all go through it, and I've been going through all my lessons for a good few years too.
Well, like we said earlier, the universe is sending us lessons, but if we're not paying attention, we're just going to keep getting more of them until we say, okay.
Until we get a big kick, whatever it is. If I can say for everyone who listens, if I can share this, and this was building Sacred You, and again, putting so much on the computer. I was putting myself under pressure.
Yes.
No one else was. I was. putting myself under extreme mental pressure, and I forgot about me, right? I forgot to exercise. I forgot to take time out for me because I wanted to do this. And out of the result of that, putting myself under extreme mental pressure, is I manifested, and I really believe this is true, I manifested a brain tumor.
Oh dear.
Because the pressure that I was putting myself under, it wasn't cancerous, it was just a benign tumor, but they had to take it out because it was in my ventricle. That was putting pressure, it was growing and putting pressure in the ventricle. And if it had kept on growing, it would have did what covered the hole where all your fluid flows through and everything else. But I manifested that because of the pressure that I was putting myself in. I even remember, telling people, like, I'm under enough pressure now. Don't give me anything else. I've got so much pressure. Yeah, well, guess what?
Yeah, you put it out there.
Yeah, we've got to be really careful what we manifest.
Yeah, the words we use, for sure.
What we think. I kept saying, give me a break. Just give me a break. I'd be doing stuff and my business partner would say something and I'd be thinking in my mind, just give me a bloody break. So went somewhere, fell over, landed on my shoulder, broke my shoulder. The universe goes, you want a break? Bang! End up in hospital.
Oh my gosh.
5 days later, I'm still there, I finally get my shoulder completely reconstructed. And whilst I was there, luckily, they decided to do a CT scan and found this tumor.
Oh, wow. So it was a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise, and that's why you've got it. But the thing about it is, everything that happens to us, every single thing that happens to us in our lives, for me, everything that happens to me, I'm responsible for.
Yeah.
No one else.
No.
No one else makes me sick. No one else broke my shoulder. No one else gave me a tumor. No one else does what, makes me feel blur when my vibration goes down. Nothing else. I'm responsible for everything.
And that's a real important thing to recognize, because once we can take responsibility for our own thoughts, actions, I'm going to use the word failures, but they're not failures because they're always lessons. Once we can recognize that and take that responsibility, it's amazing how things change.
Yes.
We lose that victim, poor me attitude, because now and you're taking back your control.
Yes.
So that's so important.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very, very, very important.
So I believe there was another question I was going to ask, what message you might have for the listeners to walk away with, but I think you just covered it. But in your answer, when I sent the questions out, you said, remember your magnificence. And I think that's so profound.
It is. And that, I have to say, is from Anita Moorjani. If you've heard of Anita Moorjani, if you haven't, I really recommend checking her out. She wrote a book called Dying to Be Me.
Yes, I have her book. I haven't read it yet, but I have her book.
It is such a powerful book.
Yes.
Such a powerful book. And again, it's all about, really, to me, what I say is what you've got to be careful of what you're thinking, truly, because that's what you manifested. And again, her whole life was, she had cancer all around her.
Yes.
And she manifested cancer. I believe that she manifested cancer because she was cancer here, cancer there, cancer. But it's her thing, is remember your magnificence.
Yeah.
Because we are all magnificent beings underneath this physical costume and the roles that we play. We are all magnificent.
Yes. Yeah. And it's important, like what you were hinting to, is what we're focusing on. So I like to share, because I love things that sparkle. So I think if we can, looking for a sparkle in our days, maybe that's a better way to put this, look for a sparkle in your day to help you change your focus. Because when you see something sparkle, it automatically makes you smile. And that little shift in your facial features changes the vibration. And yeah, it might be a hardship that you're going through, but you need that change of focus so that you can upgrade your vibration and help you to not go down that whirlpool or the rabbit tunnel, down the rabbit hole, and get stuck down there. It's so easy to do that, just to get caught up in all that negativity, but it's important to change your focus.
It is. Yeah. It is. Absolutely and totally.
So do you have anything you'd like to share or promote, like a book? I will put the links to the website in this recording. And yeah, I'll let you.
Well, yes. At this stage, I don't have an actual book, but we do have, Sacred You does have a Empowered Women Starter Kit that we'd like to give to all your listeners. It's a wonderful little kit that contains meditations. It contains videos from our panel discussions and some really good things. Part of my whole journey, if I can share very quickly, was regaining my self-esteem and learning all about that. And I studied and used to teach and practice. I facilitated retreats on an 8-step self-esteem program on regaining our coming back to our true self-worth, to who we really are. And that's in the Empowered Women Starter Kit. So I'd definitely love to share that. And the other thing is, just come and join us. For anyone who's listening, watching, come and join us at Sacred You. It's sacredyou.love. That's the letter U. And also we have a free membership. So it's sacredyou.love/join free. And you can join our free membership, become part of our village, our online village gathering, where we go live every day with all our tribes, our panel discussions, and very soon our wisdom circles.
Nice.
We offer lots of speaking opportunities for women who want to share their story. So come and join us. Come and check it out.
Absolutely. I highly recommend connecting with Sophia on all those different exciting things that she's doing. And we'll have the link for you to join. So Sophia, thank you so much. This has been truly inspirational. And I did learn a lot more about you. I know we met in the serving circle, so I know you for the last, 2-3 years now, but never really dove into who Sophia really is. And this has been totally amazing. Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
My honor. My pleasure. Thanks.